There was a time where I used to have my nipples pinched to the point where I could even take off my shirt in public because of how embarrassed I was of my chest. But now I built an aesthetic chest that not only girls love, but I can feel confident in. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how I got rid of my gyno, but also built an aesthetic chest that girls love. And to start off, yes, this was my chest. This is exactly how my chest used to be built like 2 years ago. There was a story where I had a girl in my class where I was talking to her and we were just fooling around inside like the classroom. And afterwards we started getting closer to each other, just talking casually. And while we're talking, she just casually just like starts touching my chest all of a sudden. And I'm wondering why she's doing that. And I start to get really insecure about it because the way she was touching it was specifically pinching out the fleshy part of my nipple, the actual gynecomastia that I had inside my chest. And it made me so embarrassed of myself because I felt like she was specifically doing it to make fun of me, specifically doing it to make me feel embarrassed about myself, which probably wasn't the truth. Like, she was just generally just playing around with me, like we're just having fun. But I felt so insecure in myself that from that day on, I never took off my shirt in public, at the beach, in the gym, normal places where you're meant to be able to take off your shirt and feel confident about yourself. No, I wasn't able to do so. And from then on, I never really felt adequate enough to take off my shirt in public because I felt too embarrassed to show off what my physique looked like because of my saggy titties or the way my physique looked like. But it was until I actually built a physique that I was confident in, where I was able to take off my shirt in public and also feel confident in the body that I built, which is why I built you a course on exactly how I beat the skinny fat body and built an attractive body that I felt confident in, where I not only teach you exactly how to lose the fat, keep the weight off, but also how to build the muscle that makes you feel attractive, and I teach you exactly how to do it step by step all the way through. Look in the description below. So in order to get rid of your gyno, it's going to be two things you need to do. And it's not going to be what you think it is. It's not going to be some random exercise that you need to do for chest that's going to magically get rid of the gyno that you have inside your chest. No, it's not that. It's not going to be some random diet hack that will simmer down whatever fat you have inside your chest. It's not that. It's two things: exercise selection, and two, progressive overload. Keep it simple. That is your goal. The reason why I say that is because I know you feel that you need the urgency to get rid of this fat, get rid of the chest fat. I want to feel good inside my shirts. I want to feel comfortable to wear my shirts out, to wear my physique out in public and feel good about myself. But in this game, you need to be consistent. And in order to be consistent, you need to have the discipline to be consistent. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick to 2 chest exercises for your chest, whether that's a chest press or a pulling machine or a chest row where you do this, where you're pulling the machine out and forward, where you feel the upper and mid chest fibers right here. This is what's going to build the shelf and the capped look you have inside your chest, which will make it fill out and make it more built. And the reason why it's those 2 fibers specifically is because if you work out the lower chest fibers right here, that's what gives you the more droopy look inside your chest, where it looks like you only do push-ups. And you don't only want to be doing push-ups to build a physique. You actually want to build the round, full, aesthetic looking chest that you want. So you'll hit these 2 fibers up here to bring the chest all the way up and cap it to make it look nice, sexy, and full. This is what's gonna make your chest look absolutely fleshed out and make it really, really pop, so your gyno underneath doesn't really show out inside your photos when you want to take those pictures that you want to take in front of the mirror. And the second thing is progressive overload. Now, when I mean progressive overload, I'm not talking about the progressive overload people normally told you, where you just add 10 pounds of weight and and you push. After every single week, you add another 10 plates. No. What I'm going to be talking about is 3 things: consistency, discipline, and motivation. These things work in tandem together. They are a trifecta. In order for you to be consistent enough to progressively overload inside your lifts, you need to have the discipline to be able to carry it out, to be able to progressively overload. And in order to have discipline to be able to progressively overload and keep showing up to those sessions to be consistent, you need to have the motivation to even start off. In order to progressively overload, you will not be able to have the motivation it takes to constantly put more and more weight on top of the bar in order for you to reach that chest. And not only the chest, but the physique that you crave for. This goes way, this is good, even just for the chest, this extrapolates onto the physique itself and the other body parts that you're going to be lifting in order to get the physique that you want. In order to progressively overload, you need to do these three things. Have the motivation it takes to be consistent, be disciplined enough to carry out the task and show up to the gym every single day to be able to carry out those lifts, and also have the consistency to be able to show up and stay there for those lifts, to be able to see the progress that you're making. This concept extrapolates way past just the normal conventional means of just normal progressive overloading inside the gym. If you take just one of these aspects out, like the discipline or the consistency, you're not going to be able to progressively overload the way you're supposed to and be able to see the results that you want week by week by week. You take out the consistency, you don't have enough discipline to show up to the gym every single day. You won't be inside the gym every single day. You'll show up Monday and you won't show up until next week Tuesday. You show up Wednesday and you won't show up until next week Friday. And it will work exactly just like that. In terms of motivation, if you don't have the motivation, you won't even be inside the gym to begin with. So as you can see, these three things work in tandem with each other like a trifecta in order for you to progressively overload inside the gym. And I just want you to think, even on a deeper level, this goes way past just the physique, even in itself. If you want to achieve this attractive aesthetic physique that you crave for, you need to be able to stick there and understand you're not going to see progress for at least a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months. And if you fall off, you're going to be exactly where you started off from. A physique that you absolutely hate. Which is why I tell you that those who exercises that I mentioned previously are the ones that you're going to have to be sticking towards and sticking with for years. If it takes 2 years to be able to build the aesthetic chest that you need, to be able to also progressively overload, that's exactly what you're going to be able to have to do. If you want the aesthetic physique, it's going to take the time that it needs to take. And if you fall off the wheel and you don't pick yourself right back on top of it, you will never achieve what you want. Which is why I'm telling you, you need to be able to have discipline to stay, the consistency to keep going, and the motivation to even stick in there to begin with. And I was able to do this faster, not only 2 years, but also half the time it usually takes for you to build a naturally aesthetic chest. And I can teach you exactly how to do this inside my course, where I not only teach you exactly how to build an attractive chest, but also how to lose your skinny fat physique, where I walk you step by step through and through, where I teach you exactly how to lose those love handles that you have on right now, the gynecomastia, and build an attractive physique that you will love to see inside the mirror. Link is in the description below. My name is Bo, and I'll see you later.